Hey guys, this is PsyStarcraft here with another commentary, a quick overview of my opponent for this video. It is Antimage, ranked number 6 in the division of Hydra, Druby, TT1, Death Row Moo, lots of big names, with a 75-29 record, number 13 in Blizzard's top 200 US players. So let's get started. And here we go everybody. Blistering Sands is the map. PsY in the bottom left has the red Zerg. Red, the color of awesome, and Antimage in the top right as the blue Protoss. This is going to be a ZVP. Last time I had a ZVP on this map was against In Control, and I had a hell of a time busting this little wall right here with some roaches. Should have gone around the back door or just taken out that cannon, which actually was in range. A lot of you brought to my attention, so a little mistake right there. But we've got some stuff coming out. Hatchery, Nexus, Overlord, Probe. But this game is going to detail a couple of mistakes. I remember how I used to get fast expansions and not worry about the opponent's build. If it was a 2-gate, I'd be like, meh, I can fast expand anyway. Well, you might see some of that this game. Not quite the same, but I do have an Overlord. Pylon, Probe, Overlord. Coming in for the Scout. Not sure what to say to fill the time right here. Look at these eggs producing. Ooh, psychological warfare. Wow, look at that fast retaliation by Antimage. A quick SUX to counter the swallowed the bugs while running today. That is a true story, by the way. I'm not lying. It is not good. And I was able to run for about 5 minutes before getting completely winded, so that kind of sucked too. Gateway going down at 13 for Antimage. Gas at 14 for myself. So a nice little counter response with that sucks, as I said before, by Antimage. And you know, I wasn't able to suck him in with that psychological warfare. 177 APMs compared to PsY's measly 78. I have a feeling PsY's will increase quite a bit and Antimage's will drop by the end of the game. So pool at 14, nothing too unusual by Antimage, getting that assimilator right there. Trying to block any expansion with that probe. Another reason I'm starting to favor the early spawning pool as opposed to that quick fast expand hatchery. Quick fast. That makes a lot of sense. So probe, seeing that there isn't any sort of fast expansion, running up here, did a little bit of damage to him earlier, wasn't quite able to take him out. If you ever get surrounded, if your worker ever gets surrounded, gas steal, hell yeah. Then, if it gets surrounded, if you actually right click on a mineral patch, your worker will enter a hovering state. That's the state they're in when they're mining. You can see they just kind of move freely over each other, and that will allow you to move through any units that are trying to surround you. So, quick little tip right there. Seeing a cybernetic score, this is not a full block off. There is a small little grid space right there for any possible run by. And that extractor almost finished, and I'm canceling it again. Sneaky little probe, looking for maybe a fast expansion or a proxy pylon perhaps. Never know. Speed is being researched with that initial 100 gas, and probe, a drone rather, going out to set up a fast expansion, getting a bit decoyed. He thinks he's a Zergling. You're a drone. Go and make a hatchery. Okay. Going to make that hatchery. 6 lings are out. Am I producing any more? Nope, just getting that speed. Meanwhile, we have some warp tech going down for Antimage, and look at this. I accidentally let my extractor finish. I was too busy trying to kill off this drone and not microing, and he's going to actually mention this, and I'm going to lie and say, oh, I meant to do that. But I actually didn't. That was a small mistake. You can actually save your drone a lot of the times. You know, if he pulls off a couple zealots and you know it's going to die fast anyway, cancel it and just run your drone back. So, yeah, say I did it on purpose. Just kind of poking around here, seeing what's going on. He does have his first stalker out, a very fast stalker actually. Trying to prevent any kind of harassment, I suppose. Nice little block off. He's just kind of enjoying the palm tree. He's actually in that palm tree right now, so he has increased sight range with that little tactic. Extractor does go down, immediately putting down that assimilator. Just think how much longer I could have had that there if I would have canceled it. Now working on the back door here. He's got a pylon there, and he's going to swing his stalker over to stick right there and shoot down these lings, so I'm not going to get too far on these destructible rocks. Expansion is almost complete here, and I actually went layer tech a little bit soon this game, I think. I don't quite have the gas to fund any kind of layer tech units. I should have produced another queen, walked this queen down to the expansion, and then had 2 queens, and then maybe produced my layer, but a little bit too soon. Zerglings can actually get you pretty far in the early game, so I should have just been worrying about those. Transferring my drones, if you look at the harvester count, I'm at 24, he's at 28, and of those 24 drones, I'm transferring about 8. You don't want to transfer all of them just because some of them are on gas, or you don't always have to transfer exactly half of them. It's not really a picky art. Just kind of take some drones, make sure it's a decent amount, and transfer them over there. Expansion now going down for Antimage, and I've just got some lings here out in the front, maybe a little bit too many. Not going to be enough to take this army out. Might have done okay without these 2 sentries warping in, but I'm going to get a short surround, pick off 1 sentry, surround these other 2 sentries, kill 1, and oh, not quite able to kill another one. Kind of a big, small, little, unfortunate mishap. This is just a brilliant, brilliant, smooth commentary. Having a little Overlord party here by the rocks. Harvester's looking alright here. Would have liked to pick off that sentry just because preventing them from storing up a lot of energy is quite valuable. Mistake number 1. What am I seeing with these lings? A force of Protoss units moving out. He's at 3 gate right now with the Robo Facility. Nexus going down. What should I be doing right now? I should be putting down tons of spine crawlers. At least 2 spine crawlers. This isn't a huge army. I do have some lings here. I have some lings in the production tab as well. Even a couple hydras, so fast hydras. That's not too bad. Overlord getting caught out a little bit, but these spines are coming so late. And if we look at our compositions right now, 3 hydras and 9 lings against 9 zealots, well, not 9 yet, 7 zealots, 2 stalkers, and a sentry. I can't beat this with just this force, so I bring my other queen down, and I'm forced to pull off my drones to take damage. And if you notice how close this battle ends up being, you kind of realize that that is a move I had to make. So all I have right now are 2 queens, 1 getting taken down, and 4 hydras. So drones eating up enough damage, but man, that was just a huge economic hit, all because I felt too safe. I didn't put down these spines soon enough. They're just now finishing, and because of that, I'm playing behind this entire game now. Antimage now running off another base here, and one thing that early Protoss Rush allows Antimage to do is really limit my harvester creation. You'll see when I saw him approaching from this tower, which I could have used these lings. Oh my god, that is so stupid, Psy. I could have used these lings to come in from the back, and I would be in great position. These lings would have been tremendously helpful. Too bad, so sad. That's why you watch replays, live and learn. Hydra Den is up, still no range. Don't need to get range right away when they're doing these early pushes. Now researching it. Hydras are more important, especially when you're not even going to have the range up by the time they get there, which I wouldn't have. So not spreading any creep tumors right now, trying to resaturate up to 39 to 43 now, so not doing too bad. I can get back in this game. Robotics Bay, nice little response to my hydras. He's going to be pumping out a Colossus here, I can assume. There we go. There's that Colossus, but I've got the Overseer of Death. Going in, I will contaminate you. And look at this, not a big army. I probably could have pushed out with my hydras and lings, to be honest. Let's see. 5 hydras, 13 lings, 4 zealots, 5 stalkers, 2 sentries. So he did leave himself vulnerable. Another cool little trick that he used, oh, you got gooped up, mofo, is that by attacking, he got me on the defensive. Am I really thinking about counterattacking right now? No, I want to resaturate. I want to maybe get my tech up. Infestation Pit right there. Evolution Chamber, researching my armor. And here he is moving out again. Is he trying to kill me with this attack? No, he's not. He's keeping me on my heels while he pumps out some more Colossi. First Colossus almost done. Chrono boosting very nicely. Nice energy on that Nexus, that Colossus, and that Thermal Lances upgrade. And now this Overlord is doing his job. Sorry you can't enjoy the party any longer, but he sees that the rocks are being destroyed. I am uprooting 2 of my spines, putting down another spine at my expansion, and now going to plant these 2 spines you can see right there. A couple hydras just kind of checking it out as well. And now he's going to move back to my expansion. This is why expanding on this map as Zerg is such a pain in the arse. You just have to move back and forth between these expansions, and so man, I just have a tough time on this map. I tell you, I just do not like it at all. These lings still just kind of hanging out. Could have been so much help earlier on. If we look at the harvester count now, I'm at 45 compared to his 61. APMs, yeah, they've about leveled out. A little bit slow for me, around 101. They usually average around 130, if you guys are wondering. 118 for Antimage. Production tab. Of course, more Colossi coming out. Seeing a Forge getting some attack upgrades, and 3 more gateways. You can definitely fund 6 gateways and a Robo Bay. robo facility with 2 bases, especially with the saturation he has. Zerg force moving out. It's going to be unfortunately met by some Colossi, but I do expect to see those because I poked with my Overseer into his base. And surrounding 2 Stalkers, only doing a little bit of shield damage, losing a couple of Lings. They're like, I'm getting the hell out of there. Those are Colossi. I don't stand a chance. Pesky little Observer just seeing everything I'm doing as well. I saw it right here, but unfortunately my Overseer is way up here. Weren't able to pick it off at this point. And if we look at the armies of each player, 15 Hydras, 35 Lings, against 3 Colossi, 15 Stalkers. I just do not have the composition to deal with this right now. I am dreading him moving in right now. Luckily, he does back off. He tries to snipe that Overseer, but I'm not going to let him. I'm going to move in. What am I going to do with this guy? Splooge. Splooge. Is he going to make it out? Ooh, oh, run, run, you fool! Ah, no, looks like he reached the end of the map. Doing his job, though, contaminating this twice, delaying it by 60 seconds total, so that's almost the equivalent of 1 Colossus. So if you think about it, because of that Overseer, he only has 3 Colossi here instead of 4. Ah. But my composition still isn't good to meet this. Okay, so let's think about it. What would I like to have against this? Well, I'd like to have Brood Lords or Ultras, of course, but I can't realistically have that. So what I think I would like to have is a nice mixture of Roaches and Hydras. Do I have the Roach tech? No, I don't. Infestors, yes, I do have Neuroparasite. No energy on my Infestors yet. So I'm going to have to make some nice use of my Neuroparasite once it comes up, waiting for that 100 energy, and maybe get some lane play in the back door. Maybe spread out my Hydras a little bit. I have to do something because I do not have anything near the ideal army. No Roaches is kind of my main problem at this point. And again, this all comes back to initially when he killed so many drones because I refused to put down Spines. It's just all coming back to bite me in the ass at this point. This is just lagging like crazy right now. Okay, I just had to fix the lag there. Force fielding me out. How many times have I told you guys, when you're at your expansion, if you run up this hill against sentries, you're going to be screwed. I do get 1 Neuroparasite out, but he notices it and focuses down my Infestors right away. This Colossus focused down that second Infestor that was Neuroparasiting, and it is not looking good for me right now. All my Hydras are trapped, my Lings are trapped. Should have busted these rocks and come around the back door, because look at this. I actually killed a lot of his Stalkers. He has barely any left. 9 Stalkers, most of them actually in his base right now. Lots of forces in there. Finally able to run in, fungal growthing those Colossi. They cannot run away, and I'm focusing down the Colossi as well. Link's doing a pretty decent damage at beating up a lot of those hits from those Colossi. Finishing off that 3rd Colossus, and it looks like I'm going to be melting the faces of the remaining Protoss force as well. If you notice though, what the fuck is up with this lag, man? If you notice though, I did lose my expansion and I was forced to pull off all of my drones to eat as much damage as they could. So I'm now running off 1 base to his just now 3. He did take that high yield expansion, so he is just playing the heck out of me right now. Going in for a push, gonna kind of cross my fingers and see what I can do with this push. Quite a few Roaches, quite a few Hydras, so not a bad composition to defeat this. Probably should have put down a Spire as soon as I saw this Robotics Bay to get some Corruptors. Corruptors and Roaches do a pretty decent job against Stalker Colossus. But here we are engaging his expansion with a lot of lag to boot. And it looks like I might even catch some of his Colossi off guard. But if we look at my vision, I do not have sight of this top here. No Overlords in sight, so I'm forced to back off out of range of those Colossi. It looks like I was able to take out 1. And I'm trying to kite these Zealots, but if you'll notice, he did just now finish his charge research. And there it is. I decide to GG after a game that left a lot to be desired. That initial lack of Spines hurt me a lot. Even if you don't see an attack coming, stick down some Spines. It's going to be worth it just because better safe than sorry type of mentality. Losing that expansion after I was forced to get my units up here, and he force fielded, Infestors in poor position, and just not the best played game. But I want to show you guys some losses and show you that I'm not too full of myself. I can show losses, but I hope you enjoyed it. Antimage, again, a great opponent. Lucky to be matched against all these great players. Bring you guys some awesome commentaries. That's it, and thanks for watching, guys. Alright, everybody, here we are on Blistering Sand. Psy in the bottom left as the red Zerg against Antimage, the Protoss in the top right. Blue color. I'm not wearing any underpants. Why would I say that? Oh my god.